welcome to Hemingway Stadium in Oxford, Mississippi. We will find out a whole lot more about these teams this Week 1 showdown here on EA Sports College Football. It's the Charlotte 49ers and the Ole Miss Rebels. Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Hey, guys, I did catch up with the Charlotte head coach before the game. He understands what a challenge this is. Number one, the stadium is one of the best in college football. Every time you step foot in this crowd, in this stadium, you have to be at your best from a communication standpoint. His top 25 team would be a challenge, and he understands his guys have their backs against the wall. They have to communicate and be effective at the line of scrimmage. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. The 49ers offense will start this game off with the football. And here's the running back that will be the centerpiece of the ground game. He is the guy they believe is the missing piece in this running attack. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll go to the counter play. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, you get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
They'll keep it on the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, that guy is so quick coming out of his stance. Did you see how fast he got to the ball carrier to get that tackle for loss? Wow.
As Holly mentioned earlier, this home crowd can create a huge advantage. On the snap, it's James. Here's a heat. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Nice job recognizing the route defensively there. As soon as that ball was thrown, that defender knew exactly who it was going to, and he was able to make the tackle at the perfect time. No gain on that one.
The 49ers will punt it away on 4th down. A quick 3 and out, and they're already giving up the ball. Slips through the line. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Rebels offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And Camario Taylor will be running the show. Someone we are looking forward to see how he fits into and leads this offense. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Snagged in the middle. It's crease corn. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Guys, let's talk a little bit about Ole Miss. They're coming off a national championship, but you do wonder if this season will be a season of complacency or a drive for another title.
Well, I mean, what a season last year to put that together, to win a natty, to make your dreams come true. But, Jesse, now it's reloading with all the high school recruiting portal and all the other stuff that goes with it.
Yeah, they lost a lot of key pieces off that national championship team a year ago, but they also added a lot of talent. That's why this fan base is hoping.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. After that, there might be a few extra tackling drills in practice this
Listen, when you only got one guy there, it makes it really hard to get to the ground. You need a swarm. Where are my other guys? You got to get 1, 2, 3 more guys to the football. Make sure you get them on the ground.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was capped off with an impressive 18-yard touchdown run. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the 49ers offense ready to set up shop. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Running inside, it's Edwards. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26. Let's take just a minute and talk about Charlotte. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry-pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
From the gun, the ground game. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hopkins. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
He might want another play. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game. How do you execute on 3rd down? And a lot of times, man, it's about being in position and making plays, and that's exactly what he did. The right spot, breaking on the football, being physical, setting the tone in this football game.
And that punt will make its way into the end zone, and they'll put it in play from their own 20. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Uncorks one. Complete to the left. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. And the Rebels come to the line in the hurry-up.
And they spread them out. And the defense, you got to kind of pick your poison, right? It's hard to go man across the board. It's to pressure the QB, so they play it safe, they go zone. And it's nice to have a running back. They can line up in the slot, read the zone, kind of sit down and understand where to be. QB throws the strike. He makes the catch. Nice job being on the same page.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. This defense will try to keep everything in front. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. The Rebels are rolling down the field.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Takes a hit as he fires.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top as we get a look at the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. On the run, it's Lindsey. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Taylor wants to throw. Makes the grab on the left. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And they add 6 more to that trip to the house.
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Charlotte has the ball back. The 49ers offense will return to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Where to go on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's James. Nice move to pick up yardage. The Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few. Still some work to do for the first down. Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Takes the easy throw in the flat. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down.
And that's really good defense. That's discipline, man. Understanding covering top to bottom, but not leaving the running back with a lot of space. They throw that football out to the flats. They break on it right now, give up absolutely no yardage. Nice job seeing it, breaking on it, and making the play.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. The run inside. It's Lindsey. Not much there. Picks up a couple through the 22. The Rebels want to move quickly.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Taylor wants to throw it. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. Trying to pick up a first down. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Snatches it on the right. Inside the touchdown Rebels. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
You always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited, get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well, offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
Let's see what he can do with the return. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Holly Rowe has an update.
Here on the 49ers sideline, I can tell you this crowd has played a factor early in this game. On the road, in a hostile environment, they have not been able to get going in this game. They have failed to score, not productive on their early drives, and they are talking about how the crowd noise is impacting them. I see them talk to each other, trying to tighten things up in the line of scrimmage. This is a factor. This crowd is making a big difference here so far. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The offense changing the play. Back to pass on 2nd down. That's caught. It's James. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Pinned just inside their own 20. They need to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Oh, they're after him. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. There he goes, open it up. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Lindsey. Breaks into the open. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
Man, this is a guy who just seems to get better as the game goes on. What a run getting this offense down close to the goal line.
So nice creating explosive runs in the run game. Now you're getting in the red inside the 5. Go punch this in and get a touchdown.
No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal. Taylor wants to throw. Pocket breaking down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
2nd and goal, no dice for this offense. If I'm on offense right now, I'm thinking about who are my mismatches? Who are my big bodies out wide that I can throw them the football and they can make a play over top of somebody?
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He's knocked down, short game, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. Ole Miss calls its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. Absolutely perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further.
I like the way this defense just finished. And I know they're trailing, but they didn't give up the touchdown. Got a little bit of momentum. Not much time left in this first half, but you got halftime to make some adjustments, come out with some energy, but a nice stop here.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Direct snap. It's James. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. Not a lot of room to work. He made sure that football was secured. It'll be third down. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. And leading things off, we take a look at Miami, taking on the number 18 team, the Utah Utes. And it's the Hurricanes, looking to get the job done on the road. Right now, it's early, but they lead this season opener. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the ACC. Now back to your game inside Vaught-Hemingway Stadium. This wideout is enjoying a stellar day. 2 of those catches in the first half were 2 of the better grabs I've seen all season. And, of course, his overall stat line is helping the only stat that really matters, the scoreboard. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Vaught-Hemingway.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the 49ers will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. What did they talk about at halftime, Holly?
I caught up with Coach Golding at the half. He is so excited about how his quarterback has performed. They did have a lot of high expectations for him, and he has lived up to the challenge. They get the ball here, and they are expecting to go right down the field, regain some of that momentum that their quarterback had in the first half, and make sure he is setting the tone for the second. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. They've got 4 receivers out there, 2 on either side on 2nd and 3. Caught in the backfield, it's Cunningham. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. 3rd down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Taylor wants to throw it. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And the Rebels send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. No fair catches here, looking for room. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Charlotte will send the offense back onto the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his man, it's Edwards. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't we try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Running inside, it's Edwards. Dragged down at the 26 after a pickup of 5.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. This time he wants to throw. Bringing the heat. Breaks loose. Crosses the 40. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
We talk a lot about this at quarterback, right? Hard focus downfield, soft focus around you. He wanted to throw that downfield. He just felt the pressure, and he knew he had to get out of danger. He was able to do that, use his speed, go get north up the field for a first down. Well done.
Complete. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Tight end now in motion. Looking for a chunk play on second and short. Caught in the backfield. It's Edwards. Could not make his way to the corner.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover. And you saw a great example of it with that running back.
They'll try to get the first through the air. And the third down pass is incomplete.
And man, that's another drive for this offense where it's frustration. You're looking to the sidelines, there's not a lot of juice, man. They haven't been able to get going and put drives together. And
hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Got his man. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
They'll go to the counter. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's a great play by the defense. They've got the lead by a lot here in the third quarter, and the offense is trying to run at them, and they just completely blew that thing up. Big tackle for loss. They've now put him in an obvious passing situation. Expect them to pin their ears back, try to get after the quarterback here.
They don't fall for the screen. Great job retracing and stopping him at the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Miles ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Sends it back in motion. Before they snap the ball on second down, timeout is called. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping to run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Finds a man on the left. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the third. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Motion from the back. On the direct snap, it's James. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Makes a man miss. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And I think this is the part of the field where your alert should go up. Like, the radar should go up. These touch passes, like, to get to the perimeter. You've got the middle really secure with bigger bodies and more people in the box. So, nice job by this defense, seeing the ball spit out wide to a playmaker, being ready for it, and getting him on the ground.
Out of the shotgun on third down. Oh, he makes the catch. And he got it oh so close to that first down marker, but they still have a little work to do. It'll be fourth down. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. There is no point in a field goal here, so the offense stays on the field on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Niners!
I know as a coaching staff, you're always trying to find positives that you can build on, and it's nice to see your team continues to fight. It has been a slog up to this point. No points until finally breaking through here in the fourth quarter. And they're going to go back and watch the film, and they're going to see what worked on this drive and maybe try to build on that the next time out.
Lining up for the PAT. And after the extra point, they're now down 24-7. So that was a lengthy 17-play drive, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
This offense has it with really good field position. He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And that will extend their lead even further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter is sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Charlotte's offense comes out to go on the attack. Last time they had it, they were backed up in their own end, marched right down the field and scored, and now they'll try to do that once again. On the move, it's Edwards. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They played with great effort. They've gotten hands to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. The give on the counter. Runs through the tackle. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. Third and short from inside the 20. The run inside. It's Edwards. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
The 49ers will send out the punt unit. He'll take it on the return. He gets a block. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly.
Checking in from the Ole Miss sideline, things are starting to get pretty emotional. As you know, this head coach coaching for his home team, his first game as the head guy, and this will mean so much to him. His offense, though, just has to finish it off. With a big lead in the fourth, can they get the first home win ever for this coach who's given so much of his heart and soul to this program? Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. I know this is disappointing, but plenty of teams have suffered early losses and come back to have great seasons. I mean, think of 1983 Miami, one of the great teams of all time. Blown out in the opener, won the national championship.
Well, some of us weren't alive. Everybody probably playing this game wasn't alive with that comment. But yeah, great example, Reese. But listen, your season isn't over. Things still down the road for you to look forward to, still improve on, can still have all of your dreams out in front of you. But, you know, 83.
Glad to have you with us from Charlotte, North Carolina, Jerry Richardson Stadium. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. It's the Appalachian State Mountaineers and the Charlotte 49ers. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
Thanks, Reese. I spoke with the 49ers head coach pregame. He knows that there's a lot of excitement for this home game, but most importantly, the weather is clear. We were wondering how the forecast would shake out, and it is calm and beautiful. Should be an impactful game here with great weather, great opportunities, and a fast surface. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stops. So Appalachian State's offense will get first crack at it here. Last time these two rivals got together, guys, there were hurt feelings and some dead fish handshakes in the aftermath, and this might be just the recipe to cook up some revenge, Jesse.
Well, they're going to be motivated, that's for sure. The losing team, they have been hearing about that blowout loss now for a very long time. They had this game circled, David, all offseason, hoping to get that payback.
Oh, man, you get all the quotes, all the people talking about all those blowhards on all the different networks, i.e. us, talking about how bad it was and how embarrassing it was, and now you get a chance to get some payback. They're excited.
Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure. Let's send the tight end in motion. Under fire. Lets it fly. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
On the move and looking deep. Reels it in down the left side. Ripped past midfield, finally stopped at the 42, and that's the kind of chunk play that gets drives going.
That is a big-time completion for the offense. You have to give all the credit to the offensive line because he had all day to sit back there in the pocket, find an open man downfield. That was just way too easy for the offense. The defense, no pass rush whatsoever, and the result is a big explosive play for the O.
Rides to the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. And the Mountaineers are moving quickly down the field. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Webb. Wide open space. Touchdown, Mountaineers. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
So Charlotte's offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. There's a receiver who's going to draw some attention, Jesse, but really, he's just part of this whole offensive puzzle.
He hasn't been the most consistent guy when it comes to catching the ball for this offense this year, but he has had some big moments. He has had some big games as well. And, David, you know, from a roster standpoint, they're generally not going to overmatch or overwhelm anybody from the receiver spot, but this is a dude that can get it done.
I think that's the biggest point that you made. It's a guy that has the potential to make big plays. And if you're pointing to a guy, he is the one. Talking to coaches, like, they've seen flashes in big moments. They need to see it consistently, and it starts today.
They feed him again. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. At midfield, he's got room. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. He's got him. Runs through a man. He might have space. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
Well, you're trailing into games. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
Man, this offense has got it all working. Right, it's just been tough. This defense is on its heels, can't figure it out. A bunch of plays in a row now, a bunch of success. This offense is doing what they want to do, how they want to do it. Defense is going to need to do something different to try to mix up this rhythm.
Gets the back moving. On the direct snap, it's James. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Back to pass. Swings it out to the flat. And the pass is complete, but less than nothing to show for it. They're knocked down behind the line.
Really good job by the defense. Seeing the running back. Don't let that dude who's super fast, elusive, catch the ball in space. Nice job staying glued to him. As soon as he caught that puppy, he got drilled.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Got it right in the heart of the end zone. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they tacked on the extra point. 75 yards on the touchdown drive, and they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. That first quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Back to pass, it's Singleton. Throws for the tight end. Grabbed in the middle, it's Rich. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
I know one of the things this offense takes a lot of pride in the passing game is they feel like they can attack every area of the field. They have success when they throw it outside, but they're really good throwing to the middle of the field too. Quarterback has confidence. There's really good timing in this passing game, and you saw it right there between the QB and his intended target, getting that big catch.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He'll try it again. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Had to get rid of it quickly. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
You just love to see that from the quarterback. I know it's a big 3rd down, and more than anything, you want to throw a completion, keep your offense on the field. But when the defense wins and nobody's open, you got to just tip your hat, throw it away. And now a big decision coming up on 4th down.
So the 49ers offense ready to set up shop. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The snap sets up to throw. What a complete disaster. What a terrible decision to run that far backwards and take the safety.
What a heads-up play by the defensive end that time. He saw the ball thrown out to the right-hand side, and he just stopped his pass rush and rallied to the football and made the stop and gets 2 points.
So after that safety, they'll kick it away from their own 20. Wants to return it. Here comes the Mountaineers offense to take the field and open this possession. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Palmer.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking downfield, it's Singleton. Unloads it downfield. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
This is a great play by the defensive back. And I think one of the hardest things to do as a DB is you're covering a receiver deep down the field. Your back's to the play. You've got to turn your shoulder, locate the football, and then swat it away. That DB did an outstanding job in coverage.
Pressure coming. Heaves it deep. Makes a deep grab. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. The Mountaineers headed quickly to the line.
And, man, that has to be frustrating for this defense. You give up a big play. What do you want the secondary to do? Man, you've got to get prep.
Could be an alley. Stop just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down. And the Mountaineers look to keep this drive humming. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Well, it took everything on defense to just get that guy down on the 1-yard line. He is a monster, Dave.
And if this offense, Jesse, is going to keep doing that, you better bring in reinforcements on that defensive line. Get some big boys, because they're about to punch this thing in the end zone.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Off play action. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Appalachian State. Fitted in the window for the score.
No doubt who the quarterback was going to on that play. Down close, by the goal line. There was only one dude that could make that play, and the quarterback found him.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The extra point is good, and they have a 9-point lead. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass.
Number 83, set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Charlotte has the ball back. The 49ers offense will return to the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency there.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. They'll send the back in motion. On the snap, it's James. Rushes on him. The Mountaineers call a timeout. That's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And the 49ers will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your to the punt. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Running inside, it's Webb.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
The Mountaineers want to crank the tempo. Dropping back, it's Singleton. Fires to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Rodgers. Gashes the heart of the knee. Touchdown, App State. Once he got some room, it was over. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
On the run from inside his own 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Charlotte will send the offense back onto the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create.
Makes the grab in their space. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in second and manageable.
And I like what the offense did right there. A lot of times on first down, you're thinking run, right? Like be aggressive, come downhill, try to take advantage of the defense. It wasn't a big play, but that will slow this defense down a little bit and just remind them they have to play those screens.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. That's caught. It's Taylor. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
Timeout taken by the offense is their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On the direct snap, it's James. Got his man. He works his way to the 23 before he goes out of bounds.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route run. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
The 49ers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Looking down the middle. And the throw down the gut falls to the grass.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Maybe some room here. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Now from inside the red zone. Here's the pressure. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, we welcome you into our palatial Orlando studios for the Week 3 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with a look at Utah, taking on the number 6 team, the Auburn Tigers.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Charlotte's offense comes out to go on the attack. Trailing by a couple of scores they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. They'll run play action. Here comes the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. On target to the left. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And all of a sudden, this offense starting to look like the Stanford offenses that David Shaw used to coach, where they had 3 NFL tight ends on the field at the same time and lining guys up all over the place, making it hard for the defense. These guys got weapons. They've got big guys that can catch the ball and hurt you. I love the formation, and I love the execution there.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. It's Alexander. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And that's a really good job by the defense. Sometimes when you play man coverage on the back, man, sometimes your eyes get lost and you start looking at the quarterback. He didn't lose vision on his man. He saw him break. He broke with him, broke on the football, and did a great job getting there and being physical and getting that guy on the ground.
Fires one high and deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
And you thought maybe in the second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
And the 49ers line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Looking downfield, it's Singleton. On target over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a 1st down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Throws to the tight end. He's got an open man. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. And the Mountaineers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
They run the reverse. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by this defense staying home, not getting fooled. When the ball goes away from me, I don't just chase blindly across the field. They see the reverse, and I love the speed, the close, and the tackle. They get a tackle for a loss on that gadget-type play.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Got away from trouble and got rid of it.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
The run inside. It's Coleman. Maybe a crease. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. Give to the single back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. It'll be third and long. Defense in press coverage. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Number 83, set to kick this one away.
On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. So the 49ers offense ready to set up shop. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Alexander. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
To the ground. He's got it again. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. With the catch, it's Taylor. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. A really nice play call.
We've reached the break, and Appalachian State has the lead. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. After swapping into the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. Turning it on. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
The 49ers have this offense rolling. He wants to change this route. Wants to throw on first down. Under fire. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. It's Hopkins. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
And if you're going to play zone coverage, man, you've got to get to the quarterback because those holes are going to pop open at some point. Nice job hanging in the pocket. Good protection by the offensive line, finding the strike over the middle of the field, but started with the protection up front.
And it's an incomplete pass over the middle.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together, trailing. I know they're in passing situations, but this defense, they don't have to be aggressive. They can sit back. Offensively, you got to put the gas to the floor. Got to make something happen fast.
Looking for a crease. It's Alexander. Little too soft in that run defense. He picks up 4 to the 32. They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. Sends it back in motion. Direct snap. It's James. Here's a heat. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down and one that did not pay off. To the air, it's Singleton. Pulls it in. It's Rodgers. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Mountaineers in a good spot here with second and short. Wide receiver comes in motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
The give on the option. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be fourth down and 1. And the Mountaineers will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Nice directional kick there like a solid iron shot. Charlotte has the ball back. The 49ers offense will return to the field. This offense needs something to feel good about. It hasn't been very productive today, Jesse.
Well, I think it's just important they stay aggressive, try to throw the football, and just see what this quarterback can do here at the end of the game to build confidence for the next time they take the field.
Yeah, and there hadn't been much good today, but build confidence, sure, but just show your team you're going to keep fighting no matter what the scoreboard says.
They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Alexander. And they're able to get him on the ground.
And what a job by the defense, seeing the quarterback throw the football, break on the football, no space allowed. As soon as he catches it, defender meet ball carrier and gets him on the ground.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. And the 49ers decide to punt it away.
To kick it away.
Takes it on the return. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. And after this play, the cake will be baked. He takes a knee, and it took longer than they had hoped, but they finally get their first victory of the season. This is why the passion of college football runs so deep. The rivalries, and when you lose, man, does it stick with you.
No doubt about it, Reese. This was a game circled for a very, very long time. They knew how important this one was. But, David, you can't let games like this
B. Ballard Stadium in Norfolk, Virginia. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. It's the Charlotte 49ers and the Old Dominion Monarchs. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe will be keeping an eye on things on the sideline. The Monarchs ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Charlotte 49ers offense will have the first possession of the game. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors, and you've got to limit the penalties, because those will kill you, Bob.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Finds enough room to get it to the 21 before going out of bounds.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, getting that rhythm. Find that timing at your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Motion from the wideout. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Third down, and they'll need 5 to keep this opening drive moving. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it. He did everything he could to find enough running room, but he'll be stopped about 3 yards short of the first down marker. It's 4th down. So we're scoreless, their first drive of the game, and this coach is wasting no time taking a gamble by going for it on 4th down in his own territory. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
The 49ers have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. The sure hands, it's Edwards. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a tight end. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
On the direct snap, it's James. Oh, they're after him. And the flag comes in as this one falls incomplete. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They've put this ball on lockdown. 8th play of the drive coming up. Trying play action. He finds a soft spot in the middle. Bounced off his feet.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those first downs. Get those big chunks.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Charlotte. They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
This head coach wanted to come into this game aggressive, guys, and he did it in a couple different ways. On that first drive, nice mixture of throwing and running offensively, but how big was that gamble on 4th down? They got it, kept the drive alive. They end up scoring a touchdown, so it paid off. You can't start a game better than that.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So a drive there of 82 yards, and they finish with a big play, a touchdown strike from the 46. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And on that kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. That is their sophomore starting wide receiver. Hope he's just shaken up momentarily. Holly Rowe will keep an eye on it. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. Moving out to the right. Trying to make magic with his feet. Gets the first himself. He's loose. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
And this is exactly what happens when you don't keep a fast quarterback in the pocket. Man, you got to keep him inside that tackle box. Don't let him dance. Don't rush upfield. A lot of times that's the responsibility of the defensive lineman, because now you see, now the linebackers, the secondary, everybody's chasing him, and he has the ability to go to the house, to make the big plays. That dude's got some jets.
And the Monarchs will hustle to the line. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Looking for the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down.
Man, as you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job breaking on the football at the perfect time.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Charlotte will send the offense back onto the field. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now softened them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Time has expired here in the quarter, and it's Charlotte on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. Play of the period will be a second down. He'll run it again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Right on the money. He was fighting and struggling his way, trying to get that first down. Instead, they'll be faced with 4.
Man, and that's just making it way too easy on the defense. They're laughing at that short.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own. Position.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open.
And protecting their quarterback is job number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you want to put it up. They got to make sure they take care of him so he can make those plays. Defense wins this rep. They win up front, get to the quarterback, and get the sack.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. Quick spin on the run. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Trying to impose their will with the run. Here's a little room there. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6. The Monarchs want to pick up the tempo. Defense looks like they're about to bring the house. Trying to run, it's Jackson. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Not finding any running room, and I think that loss is going to give back what they gained on the previous play, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Right down the boulevard. That brings them to within 1.
And so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on. And you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Charlotte's offense comes out to go on the attack. I think the one thing you can say here, Jesse, is that both defenses have done a pretty good job mitigating damages.
Yeah, and on that last drive, not getting it on 4th basically only cost you 3 points. That's the good news. Let's just turn the page, David, and move on.
So I think you can still be aggressive. You can still go for it on 4th down. Now you know you can trust your defense.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. And early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
They boot it away on 4th down. Secures it at the 30. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Old Dominion has the ball back. The Monarchs will send the offense onto the field. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chain.
And what a great job by the QB, man. Seeing the blitz, understanding I got to get the football out of my hands as soon as I possibly can, and he puts it on the numbers to his receiver where he can get those yards after the catch. Great timing, but more importantly, great job seeing what that defense was doing and getting rid of the football.
Running inside, it's Jackson. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. And the Monarchs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. From the red zone, it's Jackson. There's some room. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. Set up for the first down play, and they're going to call a timeout and talk it over instead. Let's it fly. Touchdown, Monarchs. Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he makes the extra point. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. The returner will field it and bring it back. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. So the 49ers offense ready to set up shop. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit in coverage that forces the incompletion.
The run inside. It's Alexander. He'll find a little bit of running room there. It'll be third down as the clock runs before the half. We are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update. And the 49ers will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. As we start the second half, what do you have for us, Holly?
I caught up with Coach Ronnie at the half. One of the things he pointed out to his team is the rivalry has to mean more to them here in the second half. They've gotten out to a great start. At home, they're able to ride the momentum of this crowd. But as you know, everything gets more heated, more intense in these big rivalry moments, and they want to meet the moment. I'll keep you posted on what that energy feels like down here on the field. Back to you.
Holly, thank you.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Caught over the middle. It's Sherman. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. The play action fake. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Monarchs will try to pin them back with the punt. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Charlotte has the ball back. The 49ers offense will return to the field. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. On the direct snap, it's James. Got his man. They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Back has it. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. So after the first down run, here's second down. Back to pass. He rifles one deep to the left. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And both of these defenses, man, they've been so good. They've been physical. They've been great tackling, limiting explosive plays. But it's these type of plays right here, when it's kind of a 50-50, 60-40, where the offense has to make the play, the defense has been consistently winning in this football game.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going over the top. Makes the grab, plenty for the first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
The 49ers have it with a 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Alexander. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give on the counter. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
And the 49ers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
On the snap, it's James. Touchdown, Charlotte! And they take it in for 6 more points.
How about that drive they just put together to tie this football game up? That is exactly what we talked about in the half. Like, coaches circled them up. First drive, set the tone, tie this ball game up. That is great execution out of halftime.
Yeah, David, it looked like they really had a good plan, too. Obviously made some adjustments there at halftime, things that they would come out and try to attack this defense with, and it looks like they found something here, and that is a perfect way to start the second half. Now an opportunity here to take the lead.
And he made the extra point without problem. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. ODU ready to send the offense back onto the field. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. On the move, he fires. Complete to the right. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Goes high to pull it in. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. And the Monarchs are in the hurry up.
And, man, I want to see more of that. Like, I want to see more of this offense being aggressive, taking shots on early downs. It doesn't have to be run, pass. Like, being a little bit more diverse. They've struggled today to find big plays. That's a big one there.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
To the air on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
Throws to the wideout. Intercepted to stop the threat. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Let's go! And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Running inside, it's Alexander. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line.
But we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give. Find some fresh air. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. That's the end of the period. Charlotte has the lead. And now let's take a look at the stats in what has been a nip-and-tuck affair. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. The run inside. It's Alexander. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Right back to him on the ground. Makes it past the marker. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. They've got a first down here. Want to start its bend to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Might be changing the route. Second down, they'll go to the air. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense. Touchdown, Old Dominion. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
Well, this has been a defensive war. You were just wondering which side could hang on long enough. But how about the defense coming away with a big pick six late to take the lead? You got to step up in big moments. You saw the ball thrown, you pluck it out of the air, you find your convoy, and you're off to the races. That is an outstanding game-changing play.
Going for two here to try to make the lead 7. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Can't hit his man in the end zone. The two-point conversion fails, and it remains a 5-point game here in the fourth. Looking for blockers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Motion from the back. On the direct snap, it's James. The throw. On target. He'll be stopped, but not before. He carries it down to the 9-yard line, and that's why you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers.
And this offense showing off the explosiveness, the big play down the field. This is so big because what it makes defenses do to react now. Now you scare them. Now you make them drop back a little bit. So that big passing play opens up this whole offense.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Snap to the back. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
Here's what I think. Offense is about finesse. It's about, shifts and motions. When you get to be in the goal line area and the field starts to shrink, you better be able to punch somebody in the mouth and get positive yards. Not trickeration, not flip it to a guy with speed out wide, not do something different. You better be physical at the point of attack, move guys out of the way, and run the football.
Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
How about this defense digging in its heels after the big play? It's now 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man on the outside. And that one did not work. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And he got it! And they draw to within 3 here in the 4th quarter.
And that's massive. All the pressure on your defense now. You've made the field goal. You've got to get the ball back. You need one more kick. That's what you need. And so the defense has to be ready to take the field right now, play with intensity, play with energy, and get it back to the offense quickly.
On the run from inside his own 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. If you're the defensive coordinator, no time to worry about bust. You have to sell out to get the ball back. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. No wasted time as the defense uses a timeout here. 1:54 left to play.
And that's exactly what you would expect from this offense. Listen, when you're in that 1 to 2 minute range and you got the football and you got a lead, it's smash mouth, it's keep that clock running, it's ground game. So interesting now on this third down what they do next, but we got to keep that clock moving.
Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this fourth down. The Monarchs will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to help improve that field position. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Charlotte will send the offense back onto the field. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody will be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
Direct snap. It's James. The pass is incomplete. Thought they might catch the defense napping, but it'll be third down.
Yeah, nice job on the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. He gave his receiver a chance, and it pays off. What a tremendous grab.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The 49ers have it with a 1st and 10. He leaves it with the back. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And this offense has got to get somewhere, right? That's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy. So we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Just feeds the running back. Got a little grass. Jumped on top of the pile.
And you got to think about when you want to use that final timeout, when you're going to clock it. Every single second counts. You need a field goal to win, but you got to manage this clock.
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. Not able to get outside. They tried to run wide, and they got nothing. It'll be 4th down. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. All the plays, all the plans, all the schemes, and it will be decided on this kick. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. The line of scrimmage is the 28. That'll make it a 45-yard field goal attempt and a big chance to win the game. And it's good! What a way to complete the comeback! What a rally and what a victory! Guys, that one was a ton of fun to call, and the players, a lot of games sort of wash away in the memory bank. Not that one. That will be an indelible mark in their memories.
I agree, Reese. You know, I think back to my career at Florida, and just the games that stand out the most were always the ones that went down to the wire, whether we lost or whether we won. For this team, this is going to be a good memory moving forward, David, because of how well they played late.
Did you lose more of those or win more of those? I'm just asking for a friend. Tennessee, what happened? Hey, yeah, it's big-time clutch, right? These are the ones that define your seasons, define your careers, and the ones you never forget, those heartbreakers that come down to the last play.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.